Why do people associated with the paranormal and the alien often see owls and wolves? Now, this has been a subject that has really interested in me for a long time. The owls have both spiritual and alien significance, and people will attribute meaning to their owl sightings, if they are unusual owl sightings, in both camps, both spiritual and alien. It is often thought that the owl sightings could be screen memories projected by the beings into the contactee's mind to cover what is really going on, a possible contact/abduction experience. But could that also explain the wolves? This is a fascinating idea. Get in here. This is Cosmic Road, where I discuss UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like. Please smash that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Join me on social media, links below. And as I'm going through the story, please comment below and let me know what you think. Okay, this story is coming from the book I'm reading, The Voyagers by Ashayana Deane, if I'm pronouncing that right. A fascinating book that really goes into a lot of detail about the more metaphysical, weirder aspect of the phenomenon. And it addresses things like, the Galactic Federation and other dimensions and, all of the weirder, more fantastic, trippier aspects of the whole phenomenon. So, judging by your woo-woo threshold, this may be too weird for you, and I totally get that. But this specific example from the book isn't too crazy. In fact, it kind of goes along with a lot of things that are currently out there. I'm particularly interested by how this might explain the giant wolf seen at Skinwalker Ranch, which is also a hitchhiker, and people like Axelrod, aka probably Jay Stratton, has brought this creature back unknowingly to his home, and he and his family and either others in their orbit have encountered this insane creature, this giant wolf. Sometimes it can appear as a two-legged wolf being. I can only imagine how terrifying that would be for the family to look out their kitchen window and see that thing. But could there be something else going on? All right, I'm going to read just one paragraph or even half a paragraph from this book. Some abduction cases involve partial use of transmigration in combination with tactics of perceptual interference, whereby holographic inserts, as described in previous sections, are used to cloak the abductee's perception of the abduction event prior to the splitting of awareness and transmigration. Yeah, I told you, it gets kind of weird. In these cases, you will often find cover memories that will emerge in place of or in conjunction with actual memories of the abduction event. Abductees may remember seeing wolves, owls, or humans instead of quote-unquote aliens and spaceships. The emotional reaction to these cover images will seem out of place, however, overreactive to the seeming content. This is a clue to the possible application of cover memories and holographic inserts. This tactic is most often used to distract the subject long enough to instigate the splitting of awareness. It is a more delicate procedure in some subjects and takes more time to achieve. The inserts create a diversion from the actual events that would of themselves cause panic or hysteria, two conditions that can have dire effects during the splitting process. And it goes on, so could that explain the giant, the dire wolf slash werewolf slash skinwalker of Skinwalker Ranch? The Shermans, when they were encountering this thing as a family, was that actually the phenomenon distracting them and actually projecting the screen memory upon them, while it was in reality abducting them or examining them or doing whatever it was doing. Could that also explain the werewolf slash skinwalker at Jay Stratton's house? Was the phenomenon distracting him and his family and others with the werewolf while it was secretly abducting them or something? So it rivets your awareness on that creature or owl or whatever while it's actually taking you and, carrying out an abduction experience, which can involve many different things. As I've gone over before, the general trend of abductions and contacts is positive, with 80% or more of abductees and contactees who have been in contact with non-human entities 10 times or more having a very positive an overall impression of it. It makes them more interested in spirituality and nature and all sorts of interesting stuff. Now, there's a lot to unpack there, but that is outside the scope of this video because it goes into the actual abduction phenomenon and what is involved in that, which is just a whole can of worms that I'm not going to talk about here, but I'm specifically interested in these screen memories, if that's what they are, of the owls and the wolves that, they could be using to distract people. Now, the whole owl idea isn't new to me. I've heard others posit that could be a screen memory used by the Greys when they don't want you to see themselves because that would freak you out, so they would just show up as a giant owl. But the whole idea that the wolf could be of the same, phenomenon was totally new to me. And it's interesting to pair that idea with what the results of the remote viewing of Skinwalker Ranch that I just posted. Those guys were seeing aliens or non-human entities and alien ships, and the entities were working with the military. And they may not have even been alien. They may have been some sort of hybrid. One remote viewer was saying that he was seeing them as advanced humans, but there was no time travel involved, but there was something odd going on there. So, it makes me wonder if they were from a, different timeline or something. Or, they could be, people from Atlantis or something. Who knows? But those remote viewers were seeing stuff that seemed to more correspond to less higher dimensional, trippier stuff and more nuts and bolts type stuff. So could the beings be responsible for the nuts and bolts stuff that they were seeing at Skinwalker Ranch be projecting these weird things to distract people from maybe abducting them? Just a thought. Now, that doesn't explain the orbs or the poltergeist activity. Whatever entity was repacking the Sherman's grocery bags, or hiding her towel, the Lady Sherman's towel, while she was in the shower. I have no clue about any of that. But I think this is all really interesting to consider. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Please smash like, please smash subscribe, and that bell next to it to be notified of future videos. And like I said, comment below, and please follow me on social media. There are Facebook and Twitter links below. If you would follow me and interact with me there, that'd be super cool. And it'd be super helpful if you would share these videos when they drop on social media. Until next time, Cosmic Road out.